Good evening and welcome to another Happy Hour with the Maestro. I'm Nick Palmer, music director and conductor of the North Charleston Pops. And it's a beautiful fall day here in the Low Country. As you can tell, in back of me is Ellis Creek Marsh, which looks very stagnant today because it's actually virtual. We have a drink today, which is a very simple drink. And it's almost gone because I've been drinking it while I got ready for the show. It is unsweet tea. Nothing fancy today. Today is kind of a lazy day, especially in the Maestro drink department. We want to thank our sponsors. First of all, Boeing and its associates, the Gaylord and Dorothy Donnelly Foundation, and the South Carolina Arts Commission. And our sponsor for our series, Maestro Wines. If you're interested in finding out more about some of the wines that we handle, one group of wines in particular, Scout and Cellar wines, are clean crafted wine that are 100% natural, organic, biodynamic, no stuff in there that you don't need in your wine. If you're into having organic food or grass-fed beef or hormone-free pork, chicken, turkey, that kind of thing, it's time to check out wine that has no additives. So we'd love to share with you information about Scout and Cellar wines. Well, we have a very special guest today, somebody who's been a really great friend to the Pops for many years now and has helped us with so many different things, including fundraising, golf tournament, and of most importance to us, I think, is his assistance with our education programs and our Pops Kids programs, especially the beginning and follow through of our instrument donation program. So please give a big hearty welcome to Travis Westbury of Acuity Dental.
Hey, Nick! Nick,
Hey.
It's nice to see you. How are you, man?
I'm great. How are you doing, Travis?
I had to get the girls to get this technical stuff get up and going for me, so we had to change offices, jump around stuff, but everything's good.
I know the drill.
Yep.
So who's with you right there?
I'm Kayla. Christina.
Hey.
I'm Grayson.
So they man the phones, or woman the phones. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get punched in the head here, but they take care of all the calls, the thousands of calls that come in every month, and they make the appointments and get everything set for us here.
Wonderful. Well, you've got a great staff.
Oh man, they're awesome. They are.
Cool. Well, I'm thrilled to have you as a guest on Happy Hour with the Maestro.
Oh man, we're happy to be here. I've shown them some of your moves earlier on YouTube. They were impressed. Kayla's actually been to one of the shows.
I have.
Yep.
Oh, cool. That's great, Kayla. Awesome. We'll have to get the rest of the gang over there.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're getting ready to get back up and running again.
Well, that'd be a good thing.
Yes, it's just going to be a matter of time. So, but look, hey, tell us about your practice, and thanks again for visiting.
Yeah, it's Acuity Dental. We're a full family dental. We cover everything from orthodontics with children and adults and Invisalign, and we've added dentistry here a little over 3 years ago. So we're full family dental. I mean, we're everything from implants are big with us. We do a lot of implants.
Right.
Everything from a bridge to a crown to a cavity to a fresh breath. We take care of all of it.
Nice. Full service. That's
service.
terrific.
One-stop shop.
For people who don't know where you're located, tell us about your location. And I know you're looking to possibly expand as well.
Yeah, we've got an office in North Charleston. It was formerly Kusal Dental. We purchased it almost 2 years ago now, and it's Acuity Dental. And then we've got an office in Somerville, and then we've got another office. It's kind of on the border of Goose Creek and Somerville, right there on Myers Road. And it's actually going to be a really nice facility. That building is, we've got probably 4,500 square foot in there, so it's an amazing.
Wow,
really.
That's great. So how did you become involved with Acuity?
Well, me and my brother's an orthodontist, and he called me almost 4 years ago, and he wanted to add dental to the orthodontic practice. So, it was just something we kind of started talking about and formulating a plan, and just kind of went from there. My side is the business, the advertising, the marketing, the staff, and he takes care of things that I won't do, and I take care of things that he won't do.
That's a good way to work. So tell us now, obviously, with what's going on with COVID now, you have a lot of challenges. Obviously, you're all wearing your masks at the beginning of the show. What are some of the specific challenges that are related to dentistry and orthodontist work because of COVID?
Well, it's Nick, there was back in beginning of February, you'd walk in the office, and on a day where we run dental and ortho together, you'll have 20, 25 patients in the lobby at any given time, throughout the day.
Sure.
And now we're literally, it's a very refined process, but it works. But they get here, they check in at the front door, we check their temperature, they sit in the car, we text or call them, they come inside. So it's more one-on-one kind of a personalization, and it just reduces the risk and gives everybody a much safer feeling.
Yeah, that works really, really well. So about the temperature thing, because a lot of people don't understand that part of it either. How do you know when, what type of temperature does somebody have for you to be concerned?
I think once it goes by the doctor. I think once you break 100, there's something they'll look at.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll put them back in the car, let them cool down.
Sure.
You get in the heat of the summer, it's 105 degrees outside. Everybody.
Yeah, it is.
So it's just we're trying to take every precaution we can to keep everyone safe, as well as our staff. Obviously them getting back in a rhythm, there were concerns. So it's just it's definitely, in the businesses I've ran and been around and things I've done, navigating this there is no handbook on it. It's something you do the best you can, and you have your staff to support you as you go. And it's I won't say it has been without challenges, but we've done well, and we're proud of the people that are around us. They've done a fantastic job.
And I think that's a good point, because it's the same thing with what we're dealing with. We check in with Frank Lapsley over at the Coliseum Performing Arts Center in North Charleston regularly, because every week it's a little different,
Yeah.
And for us to get back up and running the way we need to, there are a lot of challenges that we need to face. And so it's kind of a fluid situation, I guess, as much as anything. It's always different.
And and it's like with the golf tournament. We had to reschedule it and reschedule it again, and it broke my heart, because it was last year was the first one. I think it went well, and this one was scheduled to be a bigger and better. But I guess it's just one of those things that we have to figure out in the future.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, since you mentioned the golf tournament. You have been involved with the Pops for a long time. Let's talk specifically about the golf tournament. Then we're going to talk about how you became involved in some of the other great things that you've done. But right now, it's great golf weather here in the fall, and everybody's wanting to get out. And golf is one of those sports that's a little easier to social distance, maybe golf and tennis, but more so than some other sports. And they're certainly not really so much spectator sports. But tell us about how the golf tournament began and your involvement with it, and what has happened so far, and what people can look forward to. Because I know we do have the golf tournament rescheduled, so we want to know.
It is rescheduled. It's just something that when I got involved with the Pops, it kind of grew, and I enjoyed being around it, and I enjoyed the benefits that it brings to the kids, and it's something that just kind of felt passionate and in love with. I love the music. I love what you guys do. I love what you do. And it's an environment that I've come to enjoy. And in saying that, to toss around different ideas to try and get people involved and create awareness. And I think I steadily became part of that. And, the golf tournament was one of them that we came up with. And, last year again was the first one. And, we pieced it together, and it worked out well. And I think the people that came out,
Hey, I'm Travis Westbury. Today I'm out here with Nick Palmer, Sam, and Dr. Drew McPhail, and we're doing a little practice and getting ready for the tournaments coming up that we'd like to tell you a little bit about. Nick?
Well, it's a great opportunity to support the Pops Kids program of the North Charleston Pops Orchestra, an opportunity to change kids' lives forever.
There were a lot of people that came in support, a lot of people that had never been around the Pops, and it was good exposure. So I think that anytime you can kind of create that, with an individual, it's a relationship, because I go to art shows and I see the people that are there, and you see a lot of new faces and see a lot of the same faces. So it's exciting stuff, because when I started talking to Tacy originally, one of the things that she showed me was her plan and how to grow it, and I just think it was a phenomenal thing. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it was a fun day, and for people who want to try different courses in the area, a lot of people hadn't been up to Somerville, and it's a nice course, and it's well kept, and so I think that they enjoyed the golf aspect of it, the social aspect, and the camaraderie, which that's what golf's all about anyway. We're out there trying to to beat each other in golf, score wise. They were out there just having a good time.
They're having fun, and there was a lot of positive feedback after it, and that's always encouraging. I think everyone had a great time.
It was a really nice event. But you started when you were actually in another role in another company, which has been one of our big supporters over the years as well. Tell us about maybe a little bit about your prior job and how you came to know Tacy Edwards, our executive director, and get involved in the Pops.
I'm going to tell you, she is, it's through her persistence is what got me here, because, I was with Stokes for 7, almost 8 years, and I was running the Volkswagen store at the time, and I had this lady that would leave this message, and talking about the North Charleston Pops, and I knew nothing of it, and when you get through the daily routine of business, there's certain things that kind of take priority with you, and one of them is being able to keep the doors open. But as it had, she called back, and she got me on the phone, and we started talking and set up an appointment for her to come in. And her and actually Miss Susan came in. And, they sat down and they spoke of Pops and the benefit, and I was intrigued. And as we spoke, one of the things that just how and why just kind of came up, I was like, well, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll help you collect instruments, and I'll promote it and I'll advertise it, and we'll do some events and see what it does. And I think it just kind of hit the ground running from there. I think instantly we had people bringing in instruments. We shot some videos.
Or not here, all the way to the middle. Okay? So first step, we know how to just
So we have a little special connection here, don't we? High five. You did really good on your commercial in the car too. You looked good sitting in that car.
Thank you.
You want to drive one? Me too.
How long have you been playing the piano for?
I tried to start it around 2 years ago, but I kind of gave up on it.
You just want to try something else?
Yeah.
And see if you're better at it, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, and what instrument's that going to be?
Guitar.
Guitar. Now, why is it you want to play the guitar?
Because I can accompany myself when I sing.
But you can do that playing the piano, too.
Yeah, but kind of hard to take around.
Yeah, it's hard to take a piano around. Right, you can just throw the guitar over your shoulder and go rock out somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Mike Brown, and I'm here at Stokes Volkswagen. They're partnered with the North Charleston Pops Orchestra, and they have a great program that has been designed for children that have a desire to express themselves through music. So if you can, please bring any instrument you have, donate it. You'll never know the impact it may have on a child that may not have access. Like I said previously, we are the sum total of what we're exposed to. So if you have something, share it, and it'll make a big difference.
The North Charleston Pops is an amazing group of people, and the music that they produce enhances the lives of everyone they touch. But a child getting an instrument, getting a chance to participate in creating music can change their life forever.
Hey, I'm Travis Westbury. I'm with Stowe's Folks. Hey, we're having a good time today, hanging out, just sitting in a new car, talking about North Charleston Pops. And we're so excited about this. And basically what it comes down to is, tell them, Chad, we need instruments.
That's right.
If you got them laying around, your kid was in the band or you were in the band, and they're sitting in a closet, they're collecting some dust, bring them down, donate it. It's going to a great cause, and it's something these kids can really use.
That's right. There's a lot of kids out there that would love to be in the band at their school or whatnot, and they need an instrument. Not everybody's parents can help out with that kind of stuff, and that's why we're here with North Charleston Pops, helping out, trying to get these kids some instruments.
So please bring it in, donate it, bring it down here. Yep. Thank you so much for watching video. Thanks for your time.
Your donation of a musical instrument to the North Charleston Pops could change a child's life forever.
Videos, and it went really well. It was a lot of fun. I think the staff got into it, and I think it, hope it boded well for the Pops. I mean, I think it all went really well.
And Travis, I will say you're really a visionary with things like that, and you were the one that really made that happen and ran with the ball, as they say. And now we're at the point where we're able to, outfit entire groups, bands and orchestras with instruments because of all the instruments that have been donated. And it's not just band and orchestra instruments, but even electric guitars and pianos and drum sets and things like that. So there's a lot of instruments that have gone into the hands of kids that in a lot of instances couldn't afford them.
And that really was that was priceless to me, because when we started it and the idea was formed and we started talking about it and it grew from there, then I started going into the schools and seeing the kids and went to some of the events, and it was just it really is it's a wonderful thing that you guys are doing. And I think it's I think it's great for the community, and I wish that ideally we get more people involved in it. And obviously this pandemic has set us back from where we were, but I think it's like anything. I think it can grow to be bigger, better, and stronger,
Right, and that's the hope. And I think it also causes all businesses to rethink their business model.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had to do that in different ways as well. Just in terms of your day-to-day operation, as you already mentioned, just getting people in and out of the offices. And I mean, are there other challenges that you face with, when patients are being seen, that kind of thing? Or it's
not so much that. The biggest thing with us, is, it's not just making sure that everything is sterilized, making sure that every step is taken, making sure that everything we have is just it's quadrupled. I mean, these guys do a fantastic job, and they always have. But it's just, it requires more, and they've stepped up, and that's what they've done. The saddening part, the hardest part about the whole thing, really and truly, is a lot of people don't realize. But you think about it. I mean, you're buying masks now. I mean, what do you pay for a pack of masks? I mean, it went from where we paid, $9 or $10 for 50 masks to $50 for 50 masks. So, I mean,
right.
Hand sanitizer went to, in some cases, $50 for a gallon. I mean, it just, the expense side of it really changed the dynamics of what we do. And we had to think our way through it and figure it out. But I'm gonna tell you, it's worked out well, but it's definitely presented us challenges as we've continued to go.
That's right. And so the same thing has happened to us indirectly, of course, with a completely different type of business. But, we're looking at performing concerts. For example, we're looking at potentially doing a concert next month in a parking lot. And people would, you've heard of these concerts that have been done in, drive-in movie theaters, either virtual events where they've been actually broadcast, like you'd have a big name or something. But in this case, it would be actually a live ensemble playing, and people would come in their cars, stay with their group or their pod or whatever. You pay for the carload like you would with the drive-in, listen to some great music, maybe put out a lawn chair, that kind of thing. And, it's a completely different concept. for us, that's not the way we normally do concerts. So we're looking at that kind of thing. We're also looking at forming a brass band, British style brass band, because brass instruments you can easily hear outside without a lot of amplification like you would need for a full orchestra, which is usually in an acoustic space where, you know, you have a lot of control over the acoustics. So those are the kind of things, you know, that we're looking at. And again, just adapting our business model.
Well, you have to. I mean, it's you have to grow with it, or it's going to go right by you. You know, and that's I know you guys are doing a good job with it, and I can't imagine. You know, actually, I can't imagine. You know, back when at Volkswagen, we actually rented one of the stages, and the guy brought the stage and set it up, and I think Scott Sand and them actually played on the stage in the parking lot, and people then said, "Well, what are you doing?" But it was a good time, you know.
Yeah.
So I can imagine you guys doing the same thing. Is y'all are much bigger and probably more complex than just a 5-piece band up there. So I know it's not going to be easy, but I know you'll put on a great show. I know.
No.
Then what you need to do is back the truck up, and you can climb up in the top of the truck so everybody can see you.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Could happen. I don't know. But yeah, you have always been so good to us. And when you were at Volkswagen and got when you left to go to Honda, Mike Mazzell came in and stepped up to the plate when he took over as the GM at Stokes VW, and then you went on to Honda.
Hey, this is Travis Westbury at Stokes Honda, and today I'm with my friend Nick Palmer. Nick, how's it going?
I'm doing great. It's always great to be here. It's such an awesome place.
Hey, it is, man. We're having a lot of fun, selling a lot of cars, but more importantly, tell us a little bit about Saturday night and what's going on.
Saturday night is going to be a blast. We have a legend in the music industry, Mary Wilson, going to come join us, one of the original Supremes. And she's going to be doing some of the hits that you all know and love, which is a great band, backup singers, and of course, the North Charleston Pops.
The North Charleston Pops. What a great job these guys do. What a great job you do. I know the last shows I've been to, you're always so entertaining. You do a great job, and I know we have a great time here. And I'm telling you, if you're out, you're in the area, you're coming through the store, please come by. We'll see if we can get you some tickets or hook you up with some tickets, or maybe even get you a discount. I don't know, but anything you can do, come in, because it's a great show and you guys do a great job.
And they've done a lot, and Eddie Stokes, of course, has been very good to us as well, supporting us in different ways, and Joe Detry and others. I mean, it's a group of folks, and we definitely appreciate it. And now that you're in this area where you are, you know, that's where a lot of our folks come from, that come to hear the Pops. And we really need to connect with a lot of people up in you know, Somerville, Goose Creek area especially. And there are a lot of people who have retired to that area, and it seems like it's a really growing population of folks.
It's on fire. I mean, we've our new office is probably maybe a mile and a half from the new hospital we built right there on 176. So you've got Cane Bay. I mean, it is really places. It's amazing the growth out there, and it's the prices of the property reflect it. I mean, but
I'm sure
it is it's something that you guys, as you spread your name out there more so, you're right, you're going to generate more, because it's a very popular area. A lot of retirement centers out there too. Like you said, I've seen a couple places that have 2 of mine that have come up. I got a friend of mine looking at moving down, and it's one of the places they were looking at in that Cane Bay. So definitely a place to be.
Definitely, yeah. Well, you know, you have a wonderful family, and we know them all well. We especially know your son Sam, who has been our one of our assistant stage manager, let's say, for several years now, and just the greatest guy, and helping us with all kinds of things. You know, if I forget my music, Sam will bring it to me. You know, Sam comes to get me in the dressing room to make sure I get over there on stage, and you know, he kind of keeps everybody in line. So tell us a little bit about your family and what they're all doing, and
you know, so it's funny you say that, assistant stage manager. If Sam hears that, it's going to go straight to his head. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will.
So he's you know, he started College of Charleston this year, and they were delayed in their start, and Yeah, it was heartbreaking because, I mean, he's worked so hard with what he's done and the career he wants to go, and to get to that point where you're ready to go to college and you're just shut down. And, you know, he stayed at the house, and me, we're confined there for a couple months, and, you know, I put him to work. So
I bet you did.
Both my boys were out there. They were so happy that school came back in.
Gosh.
We took Sam weekend before last to down to his dorm, and he's all settled in. He started his classes. I mean, he's doing well. He's going to do well.
That's great.
Even with him down there, I mean, you know, I went to take him to lunch last Friday, and most of the restaurants, they don't open until 4 in the afternoon. So it's just, you can imagine being a 18-year-old in college, and you're 100 miles an hour and you're on slow mode. So
yeah.
You know.
So has he noticed it a little strange, you know, now that he's actually there? I mean, is he going into live classes? Is he doing virtual classes? How's that work?
It's a little bit of both. You know, he's got some classes that are on Zoom meetings, and he's got some that he's actually got live classes. So, you know, and it's just, they're all wearing masks. I mean, and you know, again, when I went downtown the other day, all the kids that I did see down there, they had masks on. They're abiding by what they're supposed to do, and that's a good thing to see. But I know they're ready to move on. You know.
Yeah, sure. And it's a tough thing for young people, especially in school like that. And I would imagine that it was a little bit difficult for him in his senior year for this to all hit, right, when he was about to graduate.
Yeah, you got they lost the prom. They lost, you know, they actually pieced together a small graduation for him. I say small, but they did a fantastic job. And you know, they really did. You know, his mom and I are both proud, and you know, Melissa, again, she's it's fun to watch because you adapt to things that come at you, or I shouldn't say fun to watch, but you know what I mean. I mean, you figure it out as you go, and she's a great mom. She's done great with them. They have, you know, there come a day they look back and they'll appreciate everything that we have. I mean, that we have done for them. You know.
Sure.
That's something that.
So you have 2 sons.
2 sons and a daughter. Yep.
And a daughter.
First married. Right. She's he got out of the military. They're living back here, and they actually moved to Goose Creek, and so they're about local now. That's a good thing. And then I've got 1 son left in the house now, and he's 16, so he's preparing to take his license now. We're getting him ready for the road, which is a scary thing.
It's a little bit scary. Yeah, you know, we went through it having 4 boys, you know, and each one, it was a challenge, I gotta say. I mean, it was funny. So a couple of them, they were not like raring to go to get their license, which was weird.
That's weird because Kayla wasn't. She didn't get it until she was 18, probably older than 18. Sam, he got it the next week. And then Nathan, he's going on 16 now, and he still hasn't got his permit. He just hasn't been in a hurry, you know? And I was completely opposite. I was ready to get on the road.
Me too.
You know?
I was just so dying to get behind the wheel, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know, it's funny too, and it's they all have such different personalities. There is no similarity from one to the other. I mean, every single one of them have their own thoughts, their own dreams, their own wants, their own, you know, what they like and what they don't like. I mean, it's funny because, like, I remember when Sam was little, him and Mason would be at the kitchen table, and you know, we'd serve a hamburger. One would eat ketchup, one would eat mustard, just so they can say they're different, you know?
Yeah. And I remember with ours, you know, one of them liked meat, and one of them liked vegetables, and one of them liked everything. I mean, it was like, well, it worked out, you know, because one didn't want meat, then he would eat the other's vegetable or whatever, you know. It was crazy.
You don't ever know, you know.
You know. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to be on Happy Hour with the Maestro, and we greatly appreciate everything you do for the Pops day in and day out, because you are a huge supporter, and I know people have seen you on stage several times, and people know you as one of the faces of the Pops and a great and important member of our family, and we really, really appreciate you.
Well, I thank you very much, and I've enjoyed it, and we'll continue to do what we can on our end to help promote you guys and keep getting people to come see you. So, and again, it's you said it best. I mean, those instruments go into hands of kids that normally may not have that opportunity to have them, and that's something that you know. I mean, when you can take a child and give him the gift of music or the opportunity to learn it, there's no better thing than that. Not to me. You know, so I think that everyone watches and they look at it and they realize, and there's so many people that have participated. I think it's been a phenomenal thing. I really do.
Yeah. And thank you again for all you've done to make it happen.
Well, I thank y'all, and I give the credit to Tacy because her follow-up, I'll get 3 different ways and forget, but she reminds me, keeps me on track. So that's
she's an impressive person.
She is at that. She is.
Well, you have a wonderful rest of your week and a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing each other in person soon.
All right, sounds good, Nick. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, buddy. You too.
Bye.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you again next Thursday at 5. Thank you.